Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to continue with the third part of the Nike Run Club. I hope you are well and you have completed the first two parts of this application. I'm really excited as we have done a lot of the home page, that the starter run page, addition of Google Maps API and many more things that we have done in the first two parts. Today we are going to continue from that and let us get started. Alright, so this is the code that we had written and the application that we have made so far. This is done. So let us move on with the activity screen now. So let us go back to our PPT. So as you can see, this is the page how we want it in our application. So if we see that we have cards over here with the image and the day written and a subheading with the metrics over here, and this is a flat list, so we are going to make use of that also. And so first let us create our cards first and then we will create the flat list. Okay, so let us get started with all the coding. Now let us open this. So we need, so if you see that in our starter and page, in our home screen, we already have two folders, one for the run page that we have completed, and now we will start with the activity screen. So in this, since it is going to be many cards inside our activity page, we will have a main container, and inside of this we will have our other cards. So let us write as a card 1 and so forth. For these cards will be reusable. As you can see, nothing much is changing in them. In just the image, only the content inside of it will change, but not the metric, and the structure of the card will remain same. So we will not touch that. So we will reuse this component. But before making it reusable, let us do some brute force and make it hard coded, and then we will make it reusable and a much lesser and much reusable code. So if you see, this is card 1 and card 2 and card 3. So let us first work ahead and create our first card. So if you see our card, let me open our Photopea. Yep, this is much better because we can zoom into this. 1 second. Yeah, so let's yeah. So if you see that we have a white color card with some border radius and contents inside of it. So let us give container styling to this first. Styling. First we will do some inline styling as we did the run page, and then we will go forward with optimizing it and cleaning up the code. Alright, so let us give a border radius. Let me open our, yeah, this too. Let a border radius of 12. Some width will be constant because it will take the whole, we will take the whole width of the page. And next we will have height will be taken by the code by the React Native itself. It will take the height available to it, the content inside of it. So let us give first some background color of hash FFF. We can't see it right now. Let us give some text of something. Yeah, it is coming up. So let us also give some padding at the to our whole screen. So let us give padding of vertical only because it will be a flat list, so we don't want any padding on the so padding horizontal, not vertical, padding on the vertical direction, padding of 12 over here, and let us give some margin top also, margin top of 12. No, this is not margin top over here, right? Margin vertical to our cards, margin vertical of 8. So this, if you can see something. Now let us give more styling to it, the padding of 16, padding of 16, and let us give some elevation also, so that it will appear on, like it will be shown like it is coming at our face, something like that, so some animation kind of thing. So this looks nice, right? So next we will add, first we will add some comments, like what all do we need. So if you see in the photo P, we need an image, a heading, subheading, and the metrics in over here. As we did before, let us add comments first. Now I will have heading and subheading. So these three things will be inside of one view, and the metrics will be inside of the another view, because we will have flex direction of column. So this will be a column, flex direction of column. So this will be our first column, this will be our second column. All right, so let us go ahead and add a view over here, view, and inside this view will be will take all of these parts. First is our image. Let us import image and source of URI. I've already found a placeholder. We will obviously have a different dynamic image after we go ahead with the application. So let us no, sorry, yeah, let us see how it looks. Not showing right now. Yeah, because we will have to first give some styling to it of width and height. Width of, let us say, 40, and height is also 40, height of 40. All right, this looks good. You can definitely increase the height and width according to you. I'm just going with what we have over here in our design. So let me open this back. So if you see in the design, it has some border radius, so we'll also give that. So border radius of 8. All right, now coming to our heading and subheading. So if you see that this will also be inside of one view, because we want the image and these headings to be in flex direction row, so with each other, beside each other. So this will be inside of one view. So let us add one more view over here. And give some text as Monday, Monday, and a subheading of Monday morning run, right? So let us see how it looks. All right, so now we want some flex to add to this. So let us give flex to the first container. Let us give this container 1, inner container 1, right? Inner container 1. So giving this some styling of, so first we need the flex direction to be row, because we want the content to be beside each other, and we need the justify content for the content to start from the left side, and align items also to be flex start. All right, this looks good. Now we want to give some padding over some margin over here because we don't want it to be stick on it. So we'll give some styling to this view of margin left of 12. All right, so this is done. Now we need to give some color to our heading and subheading. Obviously we can use our photopea for that. As I told you earlier, we can check out what color is used inside of this. So if you see, FCF is used. Let me just zoom in a little more. So let us see. Yeah, it is blackish over here, and let us see our subheading also. So it is yeah, 808080. All right, so let us use that of styling over here. So let us give it some color of, what did we get? So yeah, so has 070707, and we will use the same thing in a subheading of, but it is much lighter, so it will be 6 times 7. All right, so let us see. This looks much similar to what we had, what we have in our design. So fit to area, and let us see. Yeah, this looks much similar. You can obviously make some changes as you like. I'm just going with the design. So now we will move on to the metric part. All right, so let me just close this inner container 1, and we will have another container of metric in a container 2. We have one more view over here. Inside of this you will have kilometers, and let us copy this. Then we have average pace, and the time taken. All right, so let us go ahead. Now since this is also a kind of a same container, you can obviously reuse it, but I will, since we are going to reuse the whole card already, so it is not much of a issue to have the same styling for each metric. So I will hard code that. So this is also inside of one view. Inside of this we have one text of value, so we will give 9, how much it is, 0.90 kilometers, and one more text for the metric unit. So this is kilometer. Let us see how it looks. Yep, this looks good. Now let us also give some styling to this. First we will give some styling of giving margin from above to the out to the inner container 2, so that it is not sticking over here. So we will give some styling of margin top of 12, and let us go with this first. Okay, this is fine. Now let us give some styling to our metrics. So this is black only, so I will just go ahead and make this font weight bold, so that it is appealing to the person viewing. You can obviously increase the size of the metric, and I will also give styling to a metric unit of giving it the color of this. Let me just copy this, and color of, yeah, this looks good. All right, so let us, since this is the same component that we are going to use for pace and time, I will just copy this. So we have time given as this and time like this. So let us do that. of 1241. This is the average pace, and 12 minutes for a time. All right, let us see. So this is coming one below the other. We want it in the same row, so we'll give the flex direction of row, and we will also give justify content space between. This looks good to me. We have almost, yeah, I think we have replicated the whole thing. Yeah, and we can also switch like this. This looks good. Or let us see how it looks when we have multiple containers like this, multiple cards. So if we just copy this and paste it over here, and one more over here. Yeah, this looks good. Now we will start with a flat list by creating the flat list, and we can scroll from one card to many cards. So let us start working with that now. Let us start with our flat list now. So let us open the documentation for this. So you can obviously go to this link I have added to the PPT and go to the website. So as you can see, we can scroll from vertically and also horizontally, but in our application we need it vertically. So let us first take, okay, so before doing this, let us shift the cards that we already have to a components folder, because you know that this card we are going to reuse. So let us delete it from here and make a components folder in a source folder. So this is components with small c. Yeah, and inside we have one more folder, that is the activity card. All right, and inside of this we will have our index.js file. Let us now do RNFE and write it activity card, and paste the whole code over here. Cool. So let us also give some comments so that we understand when next time that we open this file. Reusable activity card for activity screen. All right, so these stylings are for sure like fixed now, so we can move these to our styles.js file, styles.js. So over here we will have our RNS style sheet, and we will import this. Yep, importing. Now this is our main container, so we will write styles dot main container, and main container over here. All right, so main container is done. So it is also import this, export default, and import styles over here, styles. So this should, okay, so and this is an inner container one, so giving styles dot inner container. Let us see if these are same. No, these are not the same. So inner container one. You can give any other name that you like. I'm just going with this. It should be quite understandable because I have already written in a container 1 over here, so this should work. Next we have styles for our image, styles dot image, and have let image over here. Next we have the color of our some margin for our heading, the styles of our heading, styles dot heading. Next we will let this be, so okay, let us also take this heading container. It's heading container. And this will be a styles dot heading, styles dot heading, and styles dot subheading, styles dot subheading. All right, so this is our second inner container now, styles dot inner container 2, inner container 2. And now styles for our metrics, this is the same, so we are going to use the same one. So let us do this is, I just made use of Control and D. That is how it selects the same lines. So I will write it as styles. Oh, sorry, styles dot metric value, and over here also metric value. Yep. And next is metric, styles dot metric. All right, so we are done with cleaning up our code. Let us save this. Now we are going to use this reusable component in our activity card. Let us see if it is working by just writing activity card. Sorry, activity. Yep. Let us open your emulator. Let us see. Image missing. Oh, right. So we need image over there. Image. Yep, this is working fine. So now that we have our reusable component ready, now let us add our flat list. So let us first add a dummy flat list, like how it is given in this documentation. So I will just copy this for now. Activity. Let us comment this. And I'm doing this right now just to show you how it works in the documentation. Then we will implement it for our application. We need a component. This is the reusable component that they have written, and there's some dummy data also. Let us take this, and a render function. This function is used in FLATLIST to see how, so if you can see render item, this is a property of FLATLIST component which takes a function. So in this function it directly, if I just open the documentation, 1 second, let me, can I documentation, yeah, no, it is not working. All right, so this documentation. All right, so I will just tell you this render item, it takes a function and to this function, it automatically sends an item from this data list that we have produced over here. So if you see, this is an array of objects. Each object contains one ID and title. So as you see, the whole when the first flat list runs, it will run the amount of time, the array dot length time. So there are three items over here. So it will this function will run 3 times. So every time the function runs, the render item property will send the item by default to this function, and it will display the title over here. So let us save this and see in our emulator if it works. FLATLIST is not imported. Let us import that inside of this only, please. Right. So let us see. Nope. Yep. So if you see it, it runs 3 times, and it is because there are 3 items in the data, and it is running showing 3 items over here. Alright, this is good. Now let us create this flat list for our application. So for the data, I will not add it over here. We will create a dummy data inside of our constants folder. Let us go to our constants and add dummy data. Dummy data.js file. So we will just give dummy data for dummy run data. Alright, so let us paste it over here and export it. So let us see how we want our data to be like. So let us open our activity. Yeah. So in this, there is one day, and there is one duration, the timing of the day, morning, evening, night. Then there are metrics for kilometer, average pace, and time. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need 5 things. So let us add it over here. So we have our day. Let us give Monday. Then we have our time of day. So that, if that makes sense, time of day, let us give evening. Then we have the kilometer run. Kilometer, that is a 13.12.05 kilometer run. Average pace we will have of 12. Right now I'm giving some data like this only to implement our flat list, and we have some time of 12 minutes. All right, and let us take this and make it 2 to 3 times. All right, so it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so inside of our activity screen, so let us now remove this also. We don't need this. And inside of this, we'll just for the timing, we'll just add the activity, and we don't want this right now. We will do that later. And we will import our data from constants folder. So going one more. Yeah, so we need constants, then we need the dummy data, and this is capital. All right, so this is, let us see. Cool. So this is working fine. So now we every time we use a flat list, we need to give a particular ID to each item in the list. So for that, we will have an ID also. So let us, for the timing, let us give some ID of UUID. Let us use UUID. We can't. Okay. So let us give some random ID right now and give it over here. ID of 2, then ID of 3, and so on and so forth. Alright, so this looks good. Now in this, I don't want this scrollable like you can see over here. So for that, what we can do is we can add one more property of vertical scroll indicator, that is over this thing that you can see over here. I don't want that, so I will just add a false over here. So this way we are not able to see that. So this looks good. Let us add some more items so that we can see how big our list can be, and give it 6, and let's give one more. Alright, so let us see. So if you can see, it is working fine now and looks good to me. So now we have this dummy data right over here. So let us now use it. Obviously the data is kind of same, because the ID, only the ID is different. But let us also try that, how we can implement that. I will close this, and inside of our activity card, I will just add a props, or it is only, yeah, I will add props. So we will send, like you saw in the documentation, let me open that. We are going to send the item title as props to the component. So we are going to do the same thing right now. Let me open our emulator too. Alright, so we have 5 items, right? So let us just copy everything and paste it over here first. So for that to happen, I didn't what did I do? Okay, so it is not colon, it is equal to, and we will change this to item.day, and same thing for other also. So let me just redo this, day, and then time of day is item dot time of day, obviously. Let me just copy this and paste it over here. Alright, so we have kilometer. Next we have average pace and time. Right, let us just cross check. Yep, this looks good. Now inside of here we are getting 5 items. We need to make use of that. So let us go to props. So this props, if I just, let me just console.log this to show you how things are. Props and open. Yep. So if you can see over here, yeah, so we are getting 5, we are getting 1 2 3 7 items. Each of them have average pace, day, kilometer, and everything. Right now it is obviously the same data, but we will eventually change that. So we will take props and add it over here. So in curly brackets, props dot day, and over here also props dot day, because it is obviously the same day, and the time of the day will vary. So for that we'll add props dot time of day, and run is obviously constant. Over here we have the kilometers, so props dot kilometer, and props dot pace, props dot average pace, and props dot time. So let us see now. Hopefully it is working. Let us refresh. Is it right? Let's see. It doesn't seem to be right, because it is Let us refresh once again. See. Yeah, it is right. Yeah, 1205, 1211, 1211 and 12 times. So it is coming right. It is working fine. Let us remove the console.log. Alright, so this is done. Our activity page is done. One thing that we need to change is when we click on any particular day over here, we need to show up that particular content. So that particular day's content. So that will be our another page that we will make. So we need to make this view as pressable. So pressable, yeah, pressable, and make this pressable too. And on press, we need to move to the next page. So for that, I will just write console.log right now and do next or detail of this page. Right, so let us just refresh. Map is working. Now if I click on it, details of this page, so when we click on it, it will showcase that particular page. So okay, so now let us start working on that new page now. All right, so before going ahead, I wanted to tell you how the stack navigation and the tabs navigation is going to work in our application. So as we did before, like we have completed the home tabs where we have completed the starter run and the activity. But now in the activity page, we have to go to the another page. So how to do that? So for that, React navigation gives us a stack navigator where we will have the different pages inside of a stack. So when I'm in the activity page, that stack will be shown. When I'm going to the summary page, the summary page will come over that activity page, and that summary page will be shown. So all of this leads us to refactoring our navigation that we have right now in our application. So how we can make use of tabs navigation and how stack navigation will work in our application. For that, we need to understand the concept of integrating them together. So before adding them to our application, to our main application, I have made a bare. All right, so if you see over here, this is the part that we have already completed, right? We have completed this home page tabs navigation. This whole stack tabs has been completed. So what we have to do next is we will have to create one main stack where the home tabs, this one will come automatically inside of our main stack, and the page which will be shown will be our home tabs page that will be shown at the start of our application. So let me just open this application. So this is the barebone application. So let me just close this first and reopen. So opening this again. So as you see, this is the first thing that opens up. So in our main stack, we will tell them that this particular stack, this home page tab stack, should be shown first. So this is inside of this stack at the beginning. So we can hover them and go from starter and an activity page. But now I want to go to the summary page of that particular run. So if I click on this, we can go to the summary page. So how does this happen? So whenever we click on that, our summary page, which is over here, comes over in the main stack, and a new block is formed, and the page to be shown will be pointing to this stack. Now this is the activity stack, right? Activity stack. So let us open this again. So let me showcase. So this is the tabs navigation that comes up first. Then I clicked on summary page and this shows up. So this comes in the main stack, and the page is shown. The topmost page or the topmost stack which is there will be shown to our users. So now if I go back, so we are back to this home page. So all of this gets deleted. So let us remove this. So this is where we come back whenever we go back to our whenever we click the back button. But now I want to move to the running page. So how does this happen? So in the same way, a new block will be formed, and this stack will be pointed inside of here, and the main page will be shown. So the topmost page or the topmost stack, the topmost page of that stack will be shown in to our users. So this is how we will make use of tabs navigation and stack navigation together. So we will have a tabs navigation at the start, and then on wherever we require, we can have the stack navigation. So I hope you guys understood this concept. Now let us integrate this concept to our main application now. All right, first let us install all the libraries needed for stack navigation. I will just copy all of this from here and go to our terminal. Close this, and it starts. All right, in the meantime, let us refactor our code. First, we will add one folder for navigations. Inside of this, we will have our main navigation. So this is main with capital, main navigation. Yep, I will just see that main navigation.js. We will have to give npm I for, yep, this is done. All right, so we have main navigation over here, where we will have our main stack. Next, we will have our tabs navigation, or let us give home tabs .js. Next, we have activity stack.js, and last is our run stack.js. If the names are not that if you see are not so clear, we are obviously adding comments so that we can understand much better. We have a main stack over here, and next we have the home tabs. This page will contain all the home tabs navigator. So just copying this to our home tabs for the home screen, and this has stack navigator for the activity screen, and we have stack navigator for our start run screen. All right, so this is done. Now let us shift everything that we have inside of our navigation. So this page over here, we will just copy all of this, or let us just first add R and FE to this our main stack. So this is main stack, and now inside of this we need our navigation container. So taking this and importing navigation container from React Navigation Native. Inside of this we need our tabs navigation also. So we have for that stack dot not this stack.navigator. This is not imported. Let us add it like this only. Import stack navigation. Let us see where it is. 1 second. So it is create stack navigation, right? So create stack navigation from React navigation stack. All right, so this is done. Let us copy this and let us also initialize our stack navigator. So this is our const stack. This is done, and inside of this we will have our stack.screen, right, with capital. And let us first try this if this is working. Our name is tabs, and component will be our, let us just give tabs. Okay, let us integrate everything first. Now first you have tabs, and I will just keep it like this for the moment. And similarly we have two more screens. First is start run stack. Let us get this home tabs, run stack, and activity stack. And our initial route for whenever we open this should be our home tabs. All right, this is pretty much it. And one more thing that we need to add is that we don't want any headers for these screens that we have. So for that we have a screen options where we can give header shown to be false. This is done. All right, so now let us integrate our home tabs. We can definitely copy all of this that we have written from that file, rnfe and home tabs. And we don't need navigation container because navigation container should be at the topmost level of the navigation. And I forgot one more thing, that whenever we add stack navigation we need to add one more line. Let me just open stack navigation, and we need to add this line in index.js file according to the documentation. Let us add this. Right, now we have our home tabs over here. Let us open our home tabs, and we need to give tabs navigator inside of this. All right, now let us also take this, our tabs, and our initializer for the tabs. All right, this is done. This looks good. Let us also import these. Let us importing our screens. All right, this is done. Now we need to create stack for these now. So let us give rnfe again, an activity stack. So I will just copy these things because these are the same thing that we need over here. This is the activity stack. Just it is not auto formatting for me. That is okay. So in our activity stack we have only one screen for now. That is our summary screen. Let us give it over here. Never mind. And we will take create navigation and our initializer. Where initialize? We can initialize, yeah. This should be inside of here. The prettier is not working for some reason. Alright, so just adding it over here. Alright, so now what do we need? So this is done, and now we need a run stack. Run stack, and inside of here we need a stack navigator. So let us copy this. Let us copy all of this and paste it over here. In our run stack we have two screens. So the screen names are, let me just check, pause and running screen. Yep. First is running screen, running, and there is one more that is pause. These names I keep them only one word because these are used for when you're navigating from one stack to another. So now moving forward, let us also give initial name, route name as summary, and sorry. I was thinking, since we don't actually have many screens inside of our activity stack, so it is recommended if you have only one screen for the stack, you should add it to the main navigation only. So let us do that. Let us not create an activity stack for the whole one screen only. We can just create one more screen in a main stack. So let us not make this and stick to the preferred way. So let us give this name as the summary screen. This gives summary, and remove this activity stack for now. Let us just comment it. Yeah. So in our run stack, we will give the initial route name. In screen options. Oh, I have to first copy this and remove this and give screen options of header, header, let it be, and initial route name to be running. All right, so our navigation, though, that is done, right? So now what we need is we need to first add these screens that we have just created. So our home tabs should work. So let us import our home tabs. Home tabs, this should work. And then we have run stack. So let us add run stack. And we have the screen over here. Let us remove this and add the screens that we need. We need running, pause, and a summary screen. So let us just add these. Running. Inside of this, let us add an index.js file, rnfe as usual, running screen, and we give running screen. All right, now we need a pause screen, pause, index.js file in this, rnfe, giving pause screen, And the last is our summaries. And sorry, yeah, index.js, and in this we have RNFE of summary screen. Cool. Now let us import everything over here. Now we have a summary screen, and let us remove these. Inside of let us close this. This is now inside of this you have a running screen. Running. It is not coming. Why it is not coming? Yeah, running screen and pause screen. Pause. Importing it on my own because it is not coming. All right, this is done. Seems good to me. Now let us navigate our app.js file to our main navigation. This is now, let us just only main navigation. Let us start our application. Let us see now how it looks. I'm pretty sure it will give us some error because that is how developing works. It will take some time because we have just installed stack navigation, right? So it is just seeing everything that is just installed. This is our main navigation. Main stack. Well, I'm just giving comments over here for better understanding. Main stack containing home tabs, run stack, which contains running screen, running and pause screen, and summary. Great, it is working. I'm not sure how. So this is cool. Everything is working over here. Now let us go and make use of our use a navigation hook that is given by React Navigation. I will just open that. Use navigation hook. Navigation, the first link, obviously. And this is how we can make use of that. Now let us go to back to our application. So the last time we completed our activity, after clicking this, we need to go to our summary page. So I've written comments over here for better understanding, and let us just remove this page altogether because we don't need that. Our navigation is now working, and inside of over here, let us inside of home screen, we don't need our index.js file anymore because this is done by our home tabs now. We can remove this. Yeah, I'm importing that in app.js file. Yeah, this is working now. And I think this structure looks good to me because inside of home we have activity and run screen, right? So this looks good. Removing this also. Yeah, so you can do how you like. The structure looks good to me because the activity and run screen is inside the home page. It is are actually the home screens only, So that looks good. Or let us just remove this altogether. Copying this and putting it above. The app should break, I think. If it is not, then it is great. So let us remove the home. Yeah. And we need to do some changes now. In our home tabs, it is not inside of home, it is inside of activity only. All right, this is good, looks good. All right, so we are good to go and add our use navigation hook. Going to our activity screen and opening our. I'm just showing how it can be done. So going to our in our activity card. Just open that for me, please. It is not okay. So importing a use navigation hook from React Navigation and initializing that as const navigation is equal to use navigation, and on press I want to go to the summary page. So navigation dot navigate me to summary page. What was the name? Yeah, summary page. Let us see. Let us refresh. Something broke. Let me just restart the whole application. I hope you guys understood this concept of using tabs and stack navigation together. If you did, and if you liked the content, do hit the thumbs up button and do tell me how I can improve. Let us just see how it is working now. And our 1 second. Yeah, and our structure looks much better as it is more compact. Something has gone wrong. Yeah, let us restart once again. All right, so I got the error that we are getting inside of our activity. Since we have brought our activity folder outside, we need to give one less. Yep, this should work. Let us see. Yep, this is working. Let us go to activity. Hopefully this works. All right, so cool, right? Now our tabs is also working, and now our summary screen is also working. If you want to see like the summary screen and the the header should be seen, we can just remove this thing. All right, so just bear with me right now. I don't want screen header to be shown over here. Yeah, so options, header shown to be false for these two, for the first two, but not for the last, right? Yeah, as you can see, we are able to see summary and a back button to go to the back screen. We can also go back with this button on our phone, and this looks good to me. We will now start working on the summary screen and created like we have in a PPT like this. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, then do hit the like button and do subscribe to the channel to see more of this content. And if you think I can improve in any way, do tell me in the comments below, and do share these videos with your friends and peers who are the developers and are trying to make production level application using React Native. I'm trying to create as much content as I can every week, and I hope you find this useful. All of the applications that we are creating has been posted to the GitHub repository of this channel. I will just showcase that to you. So this is the GitHub repository that I've made for this channel, and the community name that I have given to us, to you people like you and me, are React Natives. If you think this name is quite good, then please let me know in the comments below. And if you think we can give much better name, also tell me that.